Your time 6 a.m. and we do begin with some breaking news. Crews battling two intense house fires.
Yeah, let's start in Connellsville, where Mike Holden is live this morning. And Mike, you've been able to talk with crews and neighbors there. What are they saying?
Catherine and Gordon, it is an incredibly difficult and sad morning for the people who live right here along East Gibson Avenue in Connellsville. We have switched live locations to give you a better view of the recovery efforts and what these families are dealing with. You can see there's a line of cars right here, and off in the distance it's even harder to see, but there's actually a tent that's insulated where the fire crews can go in there to get warmth and shelter as they continue to deal with these frigid temperatures. Now, moments ago I had the chance to talk with this woman. She was so sweet. Her name is Michelle, and she actually lives over this way in this duplex over here, the right half of this duplex. She lives here with her son as well as their dog, and her son's friend was here overnight. She told me right around 3:45, 4 o'clock this morning, she heard this loud commotion outside, and she wasn't sure what was happening. But then they said, you know what, we have to do something. Like, this doesn't seem right. So then her son alerted her that a neighbor was pounding on their door and they had to get outside. They go outside, and she said she saw this just ball of fire, a wall of fire coming from the neighboring property, the other half of the duplex. They rushed out, and she said within a matter of minutes, the house was fully engulfed with flames shooting out of everywhere. The flames were spilling over to the White House right next door. She said in that moment she just started praying. She said she didn't know what else to do but to just start praying out loud and hoping that everyone would be okay. We did talk with her. I want you to listen in. She said it's an incredibly difficult morning, but she is so grateful no one was hurt or killed.
The neighbors were outside yelling and screaming and carrying on, and they said the house was on fire and we needed to get out of the house, so we all grabbed some things and we got out of the house.
And she said she is so eternally grateful for the firefighters who are still fighting this fire. On top of that, too, the neighbor who alerted her, she tried to give me a total count of how many people live here. So she said it's 2 people right here, her and her son in the first half of this duplex. Then there's 2 people on the other side of the house. And then there's a family in the White House. Clearly a very difficult morning. We're going to work to get you additional updates. Still no cause, but as soon as I find out, I'll break back in. In the meantime, we talked about a very challenging morning with the temperatures. On top of that, it seems like quite a few fires in the Channel 11 viewing area. So I want to send it over to my colleague Jennifer Tomazik, who's tracking yet another fire from the breaking news desk.
Mike, I'm so glad everybody is okay at the fire scene that you're at, and that is also the case for the fire that I've been following here from the breaking news desk in Carnegie. It was so intense that it damaged 3 different houses, and really the good news in all of this too is that all of those next door neighbors